Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents a Raw Ring Report. Coming up here on the Raw Ring Report. These are the matches we're going to be talking about right here. Coming up here, we talk about this right here. We talk about John Cena and Logan Paul. They're going to team up together at Money in the Bank. But tonight, we're getting the fallout from Saturday Night Main Event tonight. You saw Cena and Logan Paul. They will team up in 2 weeks against World Champion Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, the return of Cody Rhodes. We'll talk about that coming up here. Speaking of that, the World Tag Team Championships are on the line as the New Day defend their titles against the War Raiders and the Creed brothers in a triple threat match to decide for the World Tag Team Championship. Plus, the 2 Money in the Bank matches continue. More money continue in the men's. Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, a Mr. Money in the Bank winner. Sami Zayn, they will battle out in the main event. But in one of the early matches tonight right here, Penta, Dragon Lee, and Chad Gable will also compete. Which one of these 6 men will earn themselves in their separate 2 matches Mr. Money in the Bank? We get to the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw Ring Report, and it starts right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show for the Raw Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect and our digital platforms as well. Don't forget, we are live, and we thank you for watching. Join in that conversation, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. Subscribe. Right now, subscribe right here, right now. Let's not wasting no time whatsoever. Right here, but this Seth Rollins, you'll see him early on later tonight. Rollins made the laid out his vision on what he's gonna do. Seth Rollins laid out the vision of what he wanted to do. And we get to Seth Rollins right quick. Seth Rollins laid out his vision on what he wants to do. And Seth Rollins saying that he wants to win the Money in the Bank briefcase. He wants his goal to be oriented. And Seth Rollins was flanked with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. This new form alliance. We don't even know what this alliance is called. Paul Heyman hasn't still, and Seth Rollins has not elaborated what this alliance could be. And it's called Paul Heyman calling Seth Rollins. Listen to your new I guess we'll call him this tribal chief or something, but in a way, we saw tonight Braun Breaker with the shades and stuff, making himself looking more cool, wearing cool shades tonight. And doing so tonight, but Breaker could be the force, the dangerous force as well. So there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts tonight. But we'll get to it a little bit later on in the show with Seth Rollins. We'll meet and Sami Zayn in a triple threat match to determine which one of these 3 men will head to Money in the Bank to wrestle, to compete in the man. We'll talk about that coming up. But speaking of Money in the Bank, we get to this right here. What a Money in the Bank qualifying match we had tonight. What a treat. The treat was Lucha Libre action. You kind of think of Penta taking on Dragon Lee, taking on Chad Gable. Which one of these 3 men will go on to Money in the Bank and compete for an opportunity of their lifetime for the briefcase and do so in that order? Well, we didn't have to wait no further. The match was high flying and fast. Chad Gable trying to keep up, but Chad Gable to win. Penta earns himself a spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Penta will join LA Knight and Solo Sikoa in that part of the ladder match. Spots, those 3 spots open. Those 3 spots coming up in the later weeks and come on at least on SmackDown. So Penta, part of that Money in the Bank match. We'll see Penta getting his opportunity of a lifetime for Penta doing something for Penta getting himself together. Well, there is more tension going. Roxanne Perez still trying to use her womanly ways to feel and get in Dominic's heart by bringing him chicken tenders. And Dominic Mysterio eating chicken tenders tonight. Dominic likes that, and he's getting everything he wanted and more. And Dominic Mysterio kind of got a lot going on. I'll say that, but none other than the returning women's tag team champion, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is back. Liv Morgan taking the bit insecure about her man now trying to get too cozy with you know who. And I think she's kind of a little bit TO and pissed off about it. Um, we can show it right quick. That would be the blessing. I guess we got a lot going on as well, so bear with us and stuff. So we see Dominic Mysterio. I think we were supposed to show. There we go. If we can show Liv Morgan right quick. Liv, Dominic, what's going on? Okay, we still having problem. We still on the Dominic Mysterio frozen, but there you go. Liv Morgan returns. Liv Morgan a little bit peed off, and she had got information from Raquel on what went down. You can tell Roxanne Perez looking like what's going on? Like the Stephanie McMahon, Trish Stratus, and Triple H ordeal. When Triple H was trying to help Trish Stratus and they match, Stephanie McMahon thought something else was going on. It really wasn't. Liv Morgan is back. Liv Morgan will be in action tonight. Liv Morgan will go against Kyrie Singh a little bit later on in the show. You can tell Liv Morgan was a little bit pissed off and a little bit perturbed that everything went down, but you can tell right here, Dominic trying to make excuses left and right, trying to cover his ass, but you know how that go. So, you see. Well, the world heavyweight champion, main event Jey Uso, came out there tonight. The world champion came out there with that big yeet with the world belt around his waist. The world champion knows that he's going to be going against. He's going to team up the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and they're going to be taking on John Cena, the WWE champion, and Logan Paul. You see right here, Jey Uso telling Gunther that after Money in the Bank, Jay will immediately wrestle Gunther for the world championship, as Gunther had been promised a rematch, a WrestleMania rematch. That match will happen for the world championship. And mainly Jey Uso said once he get done with Paul, he's going to turn his attention to Gunther. So that match will happen. Don't forget that Money in the Bank right here. John Cena and Logan Paul team up against Cody Rhodes and the world champion Jey Uso. So two world champions in the tag team match in Los Angeles happening at Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes returning to avenge his loss at WrestleMania against Cena, as well as Logan Paul stuck in the middle of it. Unless he live in Hollywood, we'll see. But don't forget also too, Logan, main event Jey Uso. 2 days after Money in the Bank, he will defend the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. That will happen at Raw coming up in 2 weeks. Speaking of that, the World Tag Team Champions were online as New Day defended the Tag Team Championships against some contenders that they didn't really want to go against, but they had to go against tonight. The War Raiders in American Creed. The New Day retained their success. The New Day on the road, getting themselves together, and New Day really making all the stops tonight. Well, that's New Day. Well, speaking of tag team champions, Liv Morgan returning back to action, went against Kyrie Sane. Liv Morgan lost to Kyrie Sane after a miscue with Raquel Rodriguez. A lot of miscues going on, but you can tell right there. Um, Liv Morgan really pissed off and perturbed. She's gonna really be pissed off, perturbed. After we told a year ago was her and Rhea Ripley. After she took Dominic away from Rhea Ripley, now Dominic Roxanne could do the same to Liv Morgan. What goes around, come around. And take your man, dirty Dominic Mysterio caught in between of the rock and the hard place again. We could just be SummerSlam again. We'll see. Speaking of that, Rusev was in action. He took on Akira Tozawa. Rusev defeated Akira Tozawa. Rusev met up with his former teammate of the League of Nations, Sheamus. Rusev and Sheamus, the feud that we never thought, never expected to happen, may have happened again. But Rusev and Sheamus, these two big brutes, want to really take it down to the next level. So we'll see that if that's possible. But that's a match that's gonna be made down the road. We'll see. You can tell Rusev back in prime condition. He wants some action. He's gonna get some competition with Sheamus. I can tell you that right now. Speaking of that, um, about to say Killer Cross, but Karrion Cross. I'm so used to saying Killer Cross. Karrion Cross confronted Sami Zayn about what's going on, about him, his urges, about what he's trying to do and what he's not trying to do and stuff. But he knows Killer Cross knows a thing or two about getting the best out of people, regardless if they don't like it or not. But Killer Cross making sure that Sami Zayn knows what the task at hand coming up. Sami Zayn will be in that triple threat match for the Money in the Bank ladder match to compete. You know, he'll go against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor a little bit later on. We'll see about that coming up. Speaking of that, Becky Lynch and Lyle Valkyria had their little segment tonight. Becky Lynch and Lyle Valkyria had their segment tonight as Lyle Valkyria called out Becky Lynch, the women's Intercontinental Champion. To know that she beat Becky over and over again. She did that backlash, and Becky Lynch wants to know if she can beat Lyra in a match and stuff. Now this is going to be official for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the rematch from Backlash. The Intercontinental title on the line as Becky Lynch gets a shot against Lyra one more time. And Lyra said that she's gonna beat Becky Lynch and be that way. Becky Lynch looking forward to saying that if she wins the Intercontinental Championship, she wants Lyra to raise her hand and like Lyra did her at when they were winning for the women's NXT title sometime a year or two ago. So she wants to return the favor. If that be, that's sort of like you're humiliating a person and trying to humble them to the point of what's going on. But Becky Lynch wants that moment in the sun. Becky Lynch wants however she can get it. So we'll see if Becky will get that opportunity and stuff. But speaking of that, we see right here with Becky and Lyra at Backlash. We'll see at Money in the Bank if Lyra is going to successfully defend her title or will Becky Lynch get what she wants and get her hands raised in a token of victory. We will see about that. Well, we get to the match of the night right here, the triple threat match to determine who's next, who's going to be getting a spot at Money in the Bank. Will it be Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, or Finn Balor? Well, we told you a little bit earlier that Finn Balor is trying to cause some chaos to Dominic Mysterio in his love life with Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. What's going on with that? As well as we told you a little bit earlier on in the show as well that Sami Zayn got confronted. Sami Zayn, we can find that picture right quick. Sami Zayn got confronted by Karrion Cross tonight about outgoing on his vision, what his plans are, um, going for him as well. Show right there, carrying right quick, and what's going on, carrying and Sami Zayn, as well as Seth Rollins, laid out his vision that he wants to be world champion once again, and laid out the vision he wanted. Which one of these three men will move on to Money in the Bank to get an opportunity to go for the briefcase and perhaps become the next world champion? That was the question, and we found out tonight none other than Seth freaking Rollins. Seth Rollins won tonight, and Seth Rollins did his thing tonight. Seth Rollins emerged victorious, pinning I think he pinned Sami Zayn to get the win. So Seth Rollins giving himself an opportunity to perhaps being one step closer becoming world champion, but he has to go through that briefcase, and he's gonna have other people that's gonna be in that briefcase. Penta qualified tonight as well as Penta getting himself an opportunity to qualify for the briefcase as well as other Solo Sokoa in LA Knight. They're all competing for the briefcase, and so the briefcase will be that special. But Seth Rollins one night, and CM Punk came back to get his measure of revenge as well. So CM Punk saw Penta and Punk and all of them came out there to do some work, do move over quickly. Hot topics on wrestling hot topics. We talk about this tomorrow. Will be the NXT ring report coming your way tomorrow. We know that Trick Williams is the new NXT champion, the new TNA champion. I meant to say, Trick Williams is the current contracted WWE star with the TNA championship. Look to see what Trick Williams going to do tomorrow on NXT. Coming up, we'll see what Trick Williams going to do. What's next for Trick Williams? What's next for the TNA Championship? What's next for everybody that's in TNA? What did they go from there? We'll talk about we'll talk about tomorrow. Trick Williams smoking him a real cigar after his celebrating win of winning the team from Joe Henry. We'll see that coming up as well. So a lot of stuff coming your way tomorrow. We'll see how that will be going down as well for Essence and stuff like that. So we'll see Trick Williams winning. So don't forget to watch the NXT ring report tomorrow after me following NXT. And don't forget, we got coverage from NXT Battleground in the archives, the ring report, the review, and predict the outcome. So look forward to seeing that as well. All right, we're gonna leave you here on the Pro Wrestling Show with Seth freaking Rollins. Well, also before we go, right here, Tyus O'Neil made an appearance as well. Tyus O'Neil will be part of the Peacock original, the King's Court. Tyus O'Neil looking for a lady, Hopefully, it's a lady that he wants and likes. Good for him. Tyus O'Neil gonna be joining Tyson Bradford and another person looking for a queen in his kingdom. So Tyus O'Neil doing the damn thing. So good for Tyus O'Neil. It says coming July 13th. All right. All right. We're gonna leave you with Seth freaking Rollins retaining his winning the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Seth Rollins be a step closer of becoming Mr. Money in the Bank like he did almost about a decade ago. Seth Rollins did, and can he do it again? That's the question. Thanks for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Kid Fan. So long. We'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow, indeed, for the